Good morning, Pelham Road. Well, I'm going to try something different. Well, before I get to that, a couple of things I want to talk to you about, remind you of, get everything out here. Sorry about this. But we have a YouTube station, Pelham Road Baptist Church YouTube station. You can find most of our stuff over there. Also, on that YouTube station, we did Theology Thursdays during the summer. People are interested in that. You can go back and review some of those. We had some really good interviews with Joe Mason and, see who was on that show. Joe and Ashley, Jay Keevy, Jay Briggs. So go take a look at that. You can find many other things over there too. You can probably find the calligraphy that we did last month by Katie over there, if you want some refresher courses on your calligraphy strokes. And we have an Instagram account, which you can always go to and find the most up-to-date, latest pictures of what's going on. What I'm going to do today, at least, we'll see if it lasts until tomorrow, is do a little bit of an unscripted devotion. Most of my conversations out here have a 3 or 4 page sort of written out, knowing what I'm going to say, and I'm most dangerous when I'm off script. But today I thought, well, I'll just sort of do something a little different, a little unscripted. One of my favorite books is this book called Too Soon Old, Too Late Smart by Gordon Livingston. He's a psychiatrist. And I'm going to read you. Now, bear in mind that I probably won't quote the Bible this morning, but I think all of this intersects faith. Chapter 3 of this book, one of my favorite titles. It is difficult to remove by logic an idea not placed there by logic in the first place. And remember the name of the book. That's very important. Too Soon Old, Too Late Smart. It's lessons that he picked up over the course of time and that he wished that he had known when he was a younger man. In my experience, therapists waste a lot of time trying to convince people to relinquish behaviors that make no sense, that are illogical at best. For example, a man returns home from work and the first thing out of his mouth is, "This place is a mess." His children scatter and his wife moves on. She just got home from her own work, picking up the kids from daycare. She's angry now. The evening's off to a bad start. And hearing this story, the therapist points out that it's predictable, that that's a bad idea to criticize a tired wife at the end of a long day. And they all agree that that's the best observation, but the behavior never changes. This criticism simply migrates to another issue. So what's going on here? Why do people not seem to understand that criticism begets anger and unhappiness? There is no single answer to this question, of course, but confronting deeply held habitual feelings and attitudes with logic seldom works. The things we do, the prejudice that we hold, and the repetitive conflicts that afflict our lives are seldom the products of rational thoughts. In fact, we operate in the world mostly on autopilot. You know, I find this so true. You can't remove in a conversation with logic or reason something that was not put in their mind by logic and reason. We are emotional people. Now, what's the answer to that? I don't think Gordon knows. I don't think I know. We know this. This much we do know. It doesn't do any good to have that argument. It just doesn't. You'd be better off just not having it, because having it is not going to advance to a solution. Now, that may be that may sound like you're saying, well, you just got to accept certain things that people do, that they're illogical, and they're going to do that. Yeah, that's about what we're saying. Now, life can teach them. I mean, life has a curriculum. You know, I guess my dad could have repeatedly told me a lot of things. He was an older man when I was born. And I guess he could have told me a lot of things, but I think he'd learned that that is ridiculously wrong. That you just can't continually to preach to people and try to remove ideas that weren't there in the first place by logic. He just kind of let life unfold. And life did teach me some lessons. And they were hard lessons, but I learned them the first time around. Have a great day. See you tomorrow morning.